And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of New Earth TV Live. Good to have you all here today. I have kind of a fun thing to share with all of you today as well, too, just with my new house. So basically with my new house, I have a couple of cameras outside because I'm basically starting to film like birds, kind of like nature during daytime and at night as well, too. And this was taken on the 19th. This is just on my phone. I was trying to get it on my computer today, but I didn't have enough time to show it to you on a much more full screen nature. But this was taken around 3 a.m. of October 19th, just a few days ago. And I was just checking the footage of one of my cameras. And this is actually just in my backyard at 3 a.m. So here is the video. I'll make sure you guys can see it okay. It might be a little bit difficult because it's... I got these blinds on. Let's see if we can close those. Okay, see if it's a little bit easier. So what you'll see here are orbs. So you can see hundreds of them. And it's only about a 15-second clip. But you can see the orbs that are just flying here. This is not snowflakes. It's nothing of that nature. Okay. So this was very, very interesting for me to see, is that just around 3 a.m. hour in my backyard, orbs are just filling up the backyard. Now, how has this happened? Well, basically what I do is when I went out to it was just a couple of days before this happened, I would just go out into my backyard and I would put the source center vibration into the surrounding trees of my backyard. So I put the source center vibration, amplifying it to the greatest degree that it can for the tree to hold. And I have like a small, I can't remember the name of the tree. I have kind of like a big tree with kind of green leaves, and I have a cedar tree right next to it as well too. So I basically imbued the source center vibration directly into those two trees to the maximum capability that those trees can hold. And usually I tune into it, I start working with my pendulum, I start scanning it, and it was very, very powerful. I was not expecting that, right? I would just get like these alerts about 3 o'clock in the morning, just looking at my phone and just seeing that there's these flurry of nature orbs just coming and just having a party in the backyard. So there's a lot more footage as well too, but I'm going to see if I can download the SD card. The SD card has a lot more of the footage, and I think I'll make a standalone video for that for this channel as well too, talking about nature orbs as well too. It was just a wonderful sight. Just like my eyes just lit up as soon as I saw that on the camera. I thought, oh, this would be a nice thing to share on your TV Live this morning, right? So, guys, this is the power of the source center vibration, right? And if you're already a student of mine in the AETHERX Academy, you're going to learn how to do this, how to basically imbue the source center vibration into it. If you're not a student, don't worry. You'll have an opportunity to be a student in the next few months, because I will have the course all ready to go for people to sign up for and take at their own time. Right? So just a beautiful sight, beautiful thing to wake up to see all these beautiful nature orbs just floating in. And at first I thought, are these snowflakes? Well, no, it's not snowing out. Is this rain? No, because you're actually noticing that when the orbs move, they'll start changing patterns. They'll go like this, and then they'll start going up. They'll drop down, and then they'll start going this way. They'll come around this way, and they'll start going this way. They'll do like loop-de-loops, and they'll just start changing course and all that. And snow doesn't do that, and raindrops don't do that. So these are just beautiful orbs are just kind of coming into the camera, and you're kind of seeing them dissolve as well too, or you kind of see them moving up as well too. It's just a wonderful, beautiful thing. Like I said, it's an amazing thing to wake up to, and just happy to share it with all of you guys. So look for that video coming up here very soon about my video on nature orbs. Right? And just looking in my backyard. I'm basically I have to set up the camera again because its battery is dying. But I'm gonna see if I can do another 3 a.m. Scenery shot tonight and see if there's some more nature orbs that will come in. It was really, really beautiful. Okay, so some people are asking, what are the orbs? Why is that? What are the orbs? Well, I'll basically tell you guys exactly what the orbs are in the standalone video. But in a manner of speaking, they're living beings. You're basically looking at interdimensionals when you're looking at nature orbs. They're basically, you can almost say that they're spiritual beings as well too. They come into a space that is very, you could say very divinely aligned. Okay, it's basically that they're bringing in their own higher presence together with a space that has that unified vibration. Okay, you'll notice that if you go to certain vortexes, like if you go to like Arizona, if you go to Sedona, right, and you look at night, and you'll just feel all these orbs around you, and you start taking out a camera, you start taking pictures, and you see a person here, and they're just covered with orbs, right? So they'll do that with places that are on vortexes. They'll do it on sacred sites. They'll do it, again, where there is a rich source center vibration. Now, my backyard is basically turning into a sacred site because I'm putting the source center vibration there. And you have these beautiful interdimensional spiritual beings that basically appear like little orbs, similar to like little snowflakes, and they just fill the entire space, right? What they're doing is they're just blessing the space with their presence, okay? Because they are very much interdimensional. And this is what we often refer to as nature orbs, or nature spirits, or spirit orbs, okay? So I'll have a little bit more information on it when I do the standalone video on it. It's just a very beautiful thing. It just warms your heart when you see that. And what I'm teaching my students is eventually they're going to learn how to do this as well too. They'll put the source vibration into their own space, and nature orbs are going to show up as well too. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Anyways, guys, why don't we go ahead and get started with today's broadcast. I was trailing off a little bit there, but can't help it. I'm just so happy. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to some announcements. So today is the last day for the promo code OCT22 to get 22% off products in your order for AETHERX.co. You can check out AETHERX.co. You can get, again, everything on there for the discount with the exception of the Taurus bed kit pre-order. Taurus beds will be coming in early November. You can also sign up to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/AETHERX store, because I'm going to be doing a webcast this Sunday for AETHERX. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway for a Taurus bed kit as well. And of course, you can also follow our Facebook and Instagram as well too. So again, last day today for the promo code OCT22 to get 22% off of your order. And of course, with the new announcement that I was talking about yesterday on the signposts involving the full body source healing sessions, now I do have what's known as the nutrition scan. Okay, so for those of you who already have a booked full body source healing session, if you want to have this add-on of the nutrition scan, all you would do is just go to newearthteachings.com, go to the full body source healing session page, and on the page you'll see a link that will take you to the to the nutrition scan add-on page. Okay, and what the nutrition scan add-on does is I scan your body to determine exactly what type of minerals, what type of vitamins, what type of amino acids are in your body. If there's anything that is in decline, then I basically point that out in this particular report. And of course, we also check your blood pressure. We also check, I also check, there's nobody else doing it with me. I also check your blood pressure. I also check your blood sugar levels. I also check your electrolytes as well too. So this is just more of a deeper nutrition scan. It can be very, very beneficial because I'm going to start learning exactly what I'm deprived of and making sure I get on that as well too. So very, very beneficial. This is something that's available right now as an add-on. So again, if you've already ordered the full body source healing session, you can use this as an add-on, or if you haven't ordered yet, you can also add this to the total. So again, that's the full body, that is the energy scan, and also the nutrition scan. So there's now 3 sections all together with the full body source healing session. So like I said, it's doing really, really well. I'm starting to learn a lot more about how everyone kind of works by working with this scan, getting the idea of working with the body, finding out what's actually quite common that people have challenges with. The medical medium, Anthony William, will often say that a lot of people have challenges with their liver. It's not really what I've found. Do you know what the most challenging organ is that people are noticing have the most difficult time with? It's the stomach. Okay? It's not really the liver. There's actually some people who I've scanned already who actually have really good livers, right? So I'm just not too sure if there is this liver fear with people. Okay? What I'm discovering through scans, and I've already worked with a few people right now, is that stomachs are the most challenging organ to work with. Okay? And what really stands kind of commonly is people's stomach acids. Right? Stomach acids are usually what go into quite a bit of misalignment. So it's not so much the liver as it is stomachs. Stomachs are the ones that basically get the most challenges, that basically have out of alignment tendencies with them. It really is the stomach. It is not the liver. Okay, so that's just what I'm discovering through my own work. I guess Anthony William has his own way of discovering these things with people, which is fine. That's great. But just what I'm noticing when I'm doing these scans is it's definitely not the liver. It is most definitely the stomach. Like, everybody has stomach problems. Okay, that's the thing that's coming up the most. So anyways, that is in the full body source healing session. You can check that out, as well as private sessions, distance healing, and 3 questions by email. And again, website is newearthteachings.com. And as I was talking about yesterday, I'm going to be going to Bosnia here between September 15th and September 22nd. Again, this should be saying 2024 and not 2023. So why don't I just go ahead and edit that right now, just in case I forget for next time. So yeah, that should be 2024. Yeah. Let's see if I can fix that. 2024. Okay, great. There we go. Okay, now it's fixed. So September 15th to September 22nd, 2024, 7 days, 8 nights. So again, we're going to be going to Bosnia. We already have a few people signed up for this trip already, which is great. So the ancient Sun Pyramid is the largest pyramid in the world that has currently been discovered. It is well over 700 feet tall, which is even larger than Giza, almost twice the size of Giza. And we're going to be exploring that pyramid. That's going to be amazing, right? There are healing chambers inside the deeper interior of the pyramid, basically going through these tunnels. And again, Adronis will be coming through. He'll be talking a lot throughout the whole tour. He'll be talking exactly how these pyramids are built, how long they have been around for, who built them, right? If there's extraterrestrial roots with them, there most certainly is, all right? So you're going to learn a lot more about that. You're also going to learn a lot more about the ancient healing practices. You're going to learn a lot more about resonant dowsing, which is my own dowsing technique. We're going to learn how to heal yourself. We're going to learn how to heal others. We're going to learn how to heal your environment as well, too. And we're also going to be witnessing more sacred sites and harnessing sacred power to take back home with you. So I'm going to be basically imbuing stones. I'll be imbuing other particular forms of items that will contain the energies of the pyramids and a lot of the other sacred sites that we have. And you'll get to take that home with you, so you have that energetic there as well, too. It's like when I was in England and I was going into the crop circles. And I was, Brianne, my girlfriend, was picking up stones that have crystal in them. And I was basically taking that energy from the crop circles, and I've put that into AETHERX products, right? So basically, if you're looking at the Organite Source Necklace, for example, that contains the crop circle energy of what I experienced in England. And so Bosnia will be no different. I'll be putting the captured vibration of the Bosnian pyramid in AETHERX products as well, too. So that's going to be a part of it. It's going to be awesome. So again, this we only have a certain amount of room left. I think we only have a few more spots. So it's good to grab a hold of the Bosnian tour here when you can. Registration is available through wowtours.de. So sign up while you can. This tour is going pretty fast. And finally, everything on the New Earth Teachings channel is backed up onto Odyssey. Our backup channel is odyssey.com/@newearthteachings. All right, so anyways, my apologies for the long introduction this morning. I just had to show you guys the nature orbs, because I just thought that was just so amazing. So I'm looking forward to putting together that video for you guys. It's going to be wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start off firstly just bringing Adronis in. Adronis is going to have a transmission. He's just going to share anything that he wants to share. And then we're beginning to your questions. I see that there's already a couple donation-based questions already. So thank you very much to all donators. And we'll be getting through questions here in a bit. We're going to go through Q&A, then we're going to go ahead and do some distance healing, and then we're going to go ahead and finish off with a group distance healing as well, too. So I'm going to see if I can wrap up everything here before 11:30. Time is of the essence today. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to connect with Adronis, and he'll come through and he'll share a transmission with everybody today. So just one moment now as I bring Adronis in, and we'll get started. Here we go. Terra Soul Star Sirius, Adronis. We are here at this time. We bid you greetings and thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction today. I am Adronis of Sirius, sending love, appreciation, and gratitude to all who are tuning in to this particular broadcast being brought forward through your internet collective consciousness. What we would like to ask all of you at this time is simply allow yourselves to get relaxed, get comfortable, and tune in to the vibrations of Sirius so that you may synchronize, harmonize, and align to all of the information that we have to share. Also understand that all of the perspective that we shall share today is simply that of our point of view. For all knowledge, all information, all creation itself resides within your very hearts, beings, and souls. So we do have an announcement, a gift for all of you today. And it is part of an association that is above your planet. And that we want to let you know that this gift that we have for each of you is for all of you who wish to participate with this, because this is a healing. This is a healing that will last approximately 100 hours of time. Now, there are instructions to receiving this particular type of healing. At the time to which this transmission is taking place right now, which is approximately at your 1030 hours of this day, 100 hours afterwards, the healing that will be provided here will not be available. So there is a 100-hour window for this. And you are going to be receiving a particular light ray healing transmission from an association. The association is led by your own Venusians, beings from Venus. And there are also others who are corroborating together through this particular healing. So, there is only one thing that you need to do to participate with this healing, and that is simply to hold a gesture with the intention to connect. For we have given you this gesture before. That is the gesture. Taking your left hand and holding it in a 2/3 of a triangle form, taking your right hand and placing it over top of the left, just like this, like a slash, and just holding this while you are in a comfortable, subtle, meditative state. As you hold this gesture and just be still, there will be rays of healing coming down upon you from what we have termed as your own intervention fleets, led specifically in this way by the Venusian civilization. So you have your own brothers and sisters of Venus that are, again, performing this healing for you, and others as well who will associate with this. What you will feel that as you start to work with this vibration is just a warmth, a tingling, a softness, an intuitive knowing that there is, again, a transmission of healing taking place. So between now and your next 100 hours of time, which is, again, just going under scarcely to the point of under 4 days, you will have the opportunity for this particular healing to take place. So once again, the gesture is here. 2/3 of a triangle with your right hand coming on top, and just holding that vibration, holding that gesture as the vibration of healing takes place. If you are able to do that, you will receive a reciprocative healing. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you may also start to receive a transmission. You may actually start to see someone. You may actually start to perceive a spacecraft. You may also start to perceive the beam of light that is coming down that is performing this particular transmission. What we will say is that this particular beam of light is very, very similar to the types of beams of light that are used to create crop circles. All right? It is not something that is available in your own spectrum to pick up with the naked eye. Sometimes it can be picked up with technology, but basically this beam of light that is often commonly used to create crop circles, a very small morsel of it in a much more smaller degree is being utilized and therefore sent to you. It is a psychic transmission. Therefore, this beam that is coming upon you is again helping you to clear away any particular forms of debris contained within the cellular, the emotional, and mental aspects of yourself. So again, this is something that is lasting 100 hours of time that we will term as the 100-hour healing window. We will let you know that there will be more opportunities for these healing windows in what you term as your future. But right now you have this 100-hour window. Again, just perform this. Just get yourself relaxed. Do not feel that you are being so active. Don't feel like you're running around and you're doing this. You want to get quiet. You want to get calm. You want to go inwards and then perform this gesture. So, as Brad will often tell you, is working together with the subtlety of yourself. Getting yourself into that subtle state of being, working with the breath, getting yourself in that low idle form, and now being able to perform this. The symbol of intervention. The symbol of the intervention fleets. And that's all you're using. And if you do this, we can guarantee that a form of healing will come forward upon you. Because we're looking for all these, because this is your beacon. This is your agreement to participate within the 100-hour healing window. This is what we want to share with all of you today. We thank you once again for this transmission, and we will now conclude and return to the conduit. Goodbye for now. All right. That was quite exciting. I was getting the feedback as I was starting to go into Adronis. He says, "Oh, we got a surprise for you." So, so here it is. So again, that is the 100-hour healing window. Okay. So basically, like I said, just create this. This is exactly what Adronis has talked about in the past. He's gotten people to draw it out, but it's very important that you're actually just creating the symbol like this. Okay. So again, just keeping your hand kind of at an angle like this, like it's 2/3 of a triangle here, right? And then you're just creating the slash with your right hand, okay? And you're just using that, and you can even just kind of set it down in your lap, that's fine. Just as you're going into a state of meditation. As you're going into a state of meditation, you're going to be getting a big flood of healing energy flowing into you, okay? So like I said, this is just something that Adronis is, he arranges these things with other associations from the stars. And so the Venusians have basically been the very first ones to raise their hands and say, we'll do it, right? So, in fact, one of the crop circles that I visited was actually of Venusian design, which was a beautiful thing, right? So basically it had kind of like a trinity, had like 3 leaves to it. It was a beautiful kind of trinity, like crop circle, basically talking about the divine feminine. It was really, really beautiful, and it was of Venusian design. So the Venusians themselves are quite common in creating certain crop circles, especially during the times of the summer. The Syrians also created one, the one that I was talking about as well too. The one that is in the Organite source necklace, that is a Syrian crop circle, okay? So the Syrians and the Venusians kind of intermingle quite a bit. So again, Adronis will talk to them and basically say, okay, let's do this healing out, this 100-hour healing window, okay? So it's 10:28 a.m. right now. So again, we have 100 hours, so 24, 48, 72, 96. So we have a little bit over 4 days and 4 hours. Kind of neat, the 4-4, right? Balance. There's a nice synchronicity right there. So 4 days and 4 hours of this 100-hour healing window that's available to all of you, okay? So please remember this symbol. I do it again and again because I really want it to be ingrained into you guys, okay? So we're just It's not like this. It's not like an L. You have to tilt it so it looks like a triangle. Okay, so like this, and then like that. Okay, and that is a symbol to receiving the transmission of healing from the intervention fleets, specifically from the Venusians and their associates as well too. And let me know how things go. If you guys want to leave feedback in the comments after watching this video today, and you go ahead and you decide to do it, and you do it, and you're getting some really good results, go ahead and put that under comments of this particular video, right? So people are seeing it as well too and saying, wow, okay, I'm going to do this as well too. This will be awesome, right? Nothing to lose, of course. This is a gift from the star ancestors, from the star family, okay? And it's just something that they want to offer us, and it's available to us just by doing this, getting yourselves into the low idle, subtle state of being, and just receiving it, right? And let me know how things go. Awesome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on now into some questions. So again, we do have a couple of donations here, so thank you guys for your donations. We'll start off firstly with Octurus Light. Octurus Light has a question here. Let's make sure I got my tarot cards here. And Octurus Light asks, hi Brad, can you please do a card reading or ask Adronis about Iran? What role are they playing in the current war game in the Middle East? Counter forces or dark forces? Okay, well, I think this is a good thing to look into through the tarot. Okay, so we'll look into that in regards to the situation pertaining to Iran, with this whole situation that's unfolded with Israel, and what Iran's role is in pertaining to all of this war game in that sense, because they are trying to start something, of course. But let's take a look and see what Iran's response is to all of this. All right, let's take a look. Because I know the mainstream media will just talk our ear off about all this stuff that's happening, and I think this is exactly why the Star family wants to come in and just help us out with this, right? Getting past all this dark, bleak stuff, and just getting some rejuvenation from our family of the stars. Okay. Well, I don't really feel like they're going to be bothered by all the things that's happening, because they're also being led by intervention. Okay, this feels like there's guidance that's coming through pertaining to Iran, okay? Iran feels like they're going to be kind of like the white knight of this situation, okay? The power is really in their hands. They're basically being given the power. I think this is a new start for Iran to basically start kind of moving upwards, because they've been slammed and they've been humiliated, they've been harmed, they've been going through all kinds of garbage and debris from a lot of the dark forces for a very, very long time, and now it's their time to unite. They're not just working alone. They're working together not only with other countries, but they're also working with off-worlders as well too. So this is basically, you would say, a counter-force initiative that's coming together. They're letting this play out. This whole thing is being played out because, like I said, this is something that's already been happening for quite some time. And the media will try to spin it as if this is something that's recently happening, right? This whole situation, this tension between, utilizing Israel as a proxy in that sense. But there's been this tension for quite a long time between Iran and basically I would just refer to as the KM, the Khazarian Mafia, all right? And the near future in that sense is the devil. This is temptation, right? All right, we're gonna try and do all this stuff to you, or you're gonna try and respond, or you're gonna try and create a third world war and all that, right? But here's the thing, is that those dark players are not gonna get what they want, right? So there's gonna be another cosmic denial here pertaining to this, and it's gonna lead into brighter days, okay? So Iran is not going to take the bait. It's not about the donkey and the carrot, right? Basically trying to hang a carrot over the donkey. Come on, you're gonna bite? You're gonna try and make a third world war about this? They're not going to, right? So basically there's kind of like okay, we're going to try and fisticuff with you, we're going to try and taunt you, we're going to try and stir you up and see if you're going to create a war out of this, and they're not going to bite, right? So that's the whole idea, is they're going to get disappointed by this. But there is indeed a battle that's going on, but it very much is behind the scenes, it very much is silent, it is very much a shadow battle that's taking place here. That, like I said, I think this whole thing with Israel is going to carry on for a while, just kind of like how Russia and the Ukraine did, right? It'll probably have that same kind of instance again. But this is all just part of a poking. This is just a poking and say, come on, we're riling you up. What are you going to do? You're going to create a war out of this? And Iran's saying, no, we're not going to create a world war with this. But we are secretly going to stop you. It just won't be in front of the public. It just won't be in front of the scenes. It will be behind the scenes. But this is something that has been going on for quite some time, involving Iran and the KM It's not something new. It's not something just fresh. Like even when they're talking about the stuff with Israel and all that stuff, this has been something that has been going on for a long time. It's not something new. Like I said, all they're doing is they're just rehashing old things that are now being sanitized in a certain way and being brought out often again with a lot of distortion around it. Because again, when they start looking at all these things about dead bodies in the mainstream media and all that sense, a lot of these in that sense are false images. A lot of these are actors. A lot of these are stage actors. Okay, it's nothing that we haven't seen before many times, right? If we're just going back into the Sandy Hook incident, where they were basically saying that there are school shootings, and there is also revealings of actors coming out, raising back out of the dead because they're apparently dead on these photos, but then they're now all of a sudden being interviewed and all that, right? So this is just another Sandy Hook. This is just another form of different forms of false flags that have happened throughout the past. That's again just happening here because they're trying to stir something up. They're trying to create a third world war so that they can war profiteer off of it. And they want to try and get something started with Iran, because if Iran starts something, then everything's going to lead into a third world war, and now it's major profiteering for the dark side, right? But that's not what's going to happen. Iran exactly knows how their game is played, and they're not going to bite the carrot. So in regards to what role are they playing in the current war game, well, from what I'm saying, they're getting some counterforce assistance here, right? That's what the star basically represents: guidance, help, support, and basically I would say support from the stars, right? So they're getting some off-world assistance as well too, and I feel that they'll probably even be getting some assistance from Russia and many other different forms of counterforces as well too. So they don't play their game. This is exactly what we're going to do. So they always have a counter plan to this obvious, ridiculous plan that they know exactly what this mafia is trying to do. They know exactly how their game is played. They're not fooled by them, right? They've been at odds with these guys for many, many years. I would say even for centuries. They know their game. So the last thing you guys need to be concerned about is if this is going to trigger a third world war, because it's not, right? There certainly has been a war happening behind the scenes, but it's never been officiated, right? It's never been really officially announced in that way, but it's basically the shadow war. And the shadow war is basically the secret third world war. So it already has been happening, but it's been dumbed down quite a bit, and it's been kept in the shadows altogether. And basically we're at the tail end of that whole battle behind the scenes. It's almost like a spiritual Armageddon war as well too. This is something that's been happening for a very long time. It's like looking at the angels fighting the demons, right? The clashing coming together, the taking down of the old grids. The most important thing that you guys can do with this right now is send your love. Very much like what we were doing yesterday on the signpost with World Meditation. That is the most wonderful thing that you guys can do. Send your love to the entire planet. Send compassion to the entire planet. When you get mixed up in all this battle stuff and all this war stuff and all this fear porn that the media is constantly feeding you, you're going right into the ego. You're going right into the heart of the ego, and it's not going to help anybody. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help anybody else. Rather be aware of what's going on and jump above it and start working together, giving your love, your compassion, your support to the entire planet. That is how you help in the most tremendous ways possible, right? Get out of the ego, come into the true heart, send that love and compassion to the planet, just like we were doing yesterday with the World Meditation. Okay? Thank you, AETHERX Light, for your question. All right, let's go down the list here. This one here is from Nikki. Nikki says, thank you so much for the AETHERX Academy. You recently worked on my left impinged shoulder. I am an aerialist and training for a show. My left jaw, ribs, and hips are in pain and feel stuck. Okay, so I guess you're asking for a healing request, Nikki, okay? So we're not at the healing yet, so I will get back to you on that, okay? And we'll take a look at that. Again, as you're a student, right, it's very important, Nikki, that you're learning to heal yourself, okay, because I'm teaching you to, okay? It's great that you guys want to come to me for healing, and again, this is what I happily offer, but I also want you to take something back with you, and what you're taking back something with you is saying, if Brad can do this, I can do this, okay? If Brad can do all this healing, volunteer, and get people to want to get healing from him, and they're starting to feel well, then I can do this as well too, right? And that's basically what I want to take from you. It's like when you guys, when you guys email me and you say, Brad, I've done all this work, right? I did the 6 steps process, the process to ending all suffering, and I'm feeling amazing. And that lights me up when I hear that. right? It's a wonderful thing. I don't mind healing you guys. It's great. That's exactly why I do what I do. But I also want you to kind of read between the lines and realize that this is something that you have the capability to do as well too, okay? It's all just coming through the state of intention. You have the free techniques on my channel here, and you can utilize them to heal yourself completely, okay? Take advantage of those free techniques that are on the YouTube channel here. Go into the playlists, right? Prana transmission technique, release ball method, cord removal healing, conflict elimination, BCR technique, okay? They all work, guys. They do. It's just a matter of your commitment. Okay, let's go down the list here a bit more. So I know a few of you are already putting in some healing requests. We're not at healing yet. Okay, we're probably getting into healing in about 10 minutes or so. We're still just going through some questions right now. Okay, this one here is from Ike. Ike says, this is I don't think this is a donation-based question. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Ike, I'll come back to you. I have another one. Okay, Turn Up Every Day is asking for a healing request. Okay, so Turn Up Every Day, I will get back to you too about healing. Sorry, Ike, I'll come back to you. This is from Jan. Hi, Brad. Can Adronis talk about the Alqui Valley up in the Andes Mountains in the northern part of Chile? This is a mystical place. Adronis has already talked about that previously. Okay, there was either Adronis or myself that talked about this previously relating to Chile. Okay, like I said, when you're noticing a particular area, especially up in the mountains, you're looking at a vortex. Okay, when you have that particular vortex, that is filled with a source center vibration. So when you're talking about the Alqui Valley up in the Andes Mountains, particularly the mountains, they have these very beautiful spots. They have these sacred spots, sacred vortexes. They're often worshipped by the indigenous as being holy places. Okay, but the reason why that is because they have a great deal of torsion energy there. They have a great deal of source center vibration. When you go there, you're feeling enriched. It's a sacred site. It's a sacred spot. Okay, and they would obviously go up there and they would start doing ceremonies up there. They would do ceremonies for the earth. They would bring love and splendor, and that vortex is programmed in that particular way. So this will again create an area also that may be rich in fertilization, okay, in fertility as well too. So the feeling I'm getting here is that this is an area that has been worshipped by much of the ancients within that area for many thousands of years, and has been blessed in that particular way as well too. So as you say, it's a mystical place, you're correct. But it's mystical because of the energetics there. It is, again, rich in torsion energy. It is rich in source center vibration, right? If you go up there with a particular type of pendulum and you start scanning around, you'll see it'll start going off the charts like crazy, right? It'll just start spinning like crazy. That's where you want to go to meditate. Okay, so Jan, it's not just that place. There are many different places like what you describe. If you go to Sedona, Arizona, for example, you'll notice that there are several vortexes there that are rich in this area of ceremony that will actually help to reverse your age. Okay, what I'm getting as well too is that in that area in the Andes Mountains, you spend a great deal of time there, you will reverse your age. You will increase your vitality. Your cells will start being reset. Your body will start getting reset. It's exactly what I'm creating in my backyard, guys. You don't have to go to a sacred place on the planet to do this. If you learn to work with harnessing the source center vibration, you can put this all around your entire space, and your entire space will be exactly like the Andes Mountains. It'll be exactly like Sedona, right? It'll be exactly like some of these other sacred sites on the planet. It'll exactly be like Stonehenge. Well, the way it is now anyways. Before it wasn't such a good space, but now it's alive and well, and it's much more harmonized after the healing that's been done on it. So again, these are examples of sacred spaces you can go to because of the richness and of their connection to the grid. Okay, so whenever you see these sacred spots, the traditional ancient sacred spots are always over ley lines, okay? And they're all interconnected with each other, which means if there's an upliftment in one spot, the entire grid feels that. It's like a reverberation effect. It's like playing one key on a piano and just listening to the entire piano vibrate after that, okay? So you're basically playing these particular keys, and a lot of these particular keys, again, reside upon a sacred site. That sacred site is connected to a ley line grid, and as it is connected to the grid, it's like, let's say the best analogy is like plucking a spider's web, right? Plucking one of the threads of the spider's web and the entire web vibrates. That is exactly what happened when I was cleaning Stonehenge, okay? The minute that I put that healing together, the minute I started healing Stonehenge, I had a student of mine who said, Brad, I was just looking at the Schumann resonance, and the Schumann resonance spiked the minute you did healing on Stonehenge. The minute you just cleaned everything away, the Schumann resonance spiked. I said, yeah, because it's like looking at a spider's web. It's like looking at that grid. It's like playing that one piano key, right? And watching everything else vibrate. So when you're going up into the Andes mountain and you're adding to that goodness, well, then you're adding that goodness to the entire spider's web of the ley line grid. And it's a wonderful thing to do. And the more that you spend time in that space, if you're able to, you're going to get some incredible healthy benefits. You're going to move yourself, and your entire energetic body is going to be recalibrated. It's resetting everything, right? This is the power of the source center vibration, guys. This is exactly why I've created AETHERX, right? AETHERX is all about sacred site energy, because the sacred site energy is the source center vibration. That's the most powerful vibration there is. So the Taurus bed has that. The selenite plates have that. The universal organite pyramid has that. Right? All of the products on AETHERX has the source center vibration in it. And so you're turning your home into a sacred site. And that's what I'm going to be doing with AETHERX 2.0 when we get into the new year. It's going to be moving into services, and I'm going to be creating a membership platform where you guys will become members, and you can actually start saying, oh, Brad, I want to have this vase of mine imbued with the source vibration. No problem. And I do it. Right? And then you can basically have a certain number of objects that are aligned with the source center vibration every month. Plus, you're also going to get a lot of other goodies with the membership platform that's coming for AETHERX 2.0. Okay? So this is just an example of using something like of locations like the Andes Mountains, like Stonehenge, like Teotihuacan, like all these other different places that are just enriched with energy. A lot of Native American sites as well, too, that are enriched with this vortex of energy. And you spend time there, you are going to get better. You are going to get well. It's not about saying it's going to be done like an hour, but you keep coming back, and you keep coming back, and after several months, your body is feeling so youthful again, right? If you're 65, now you look like you're 40 or 35, okay? Because you're starting to look younger, because you're spending more and more time with the source center vibration, okay? And that's what I'm bringing to you guys through AETHERX, okay? My goal is to turn everybody's household into a sacred site, into a sacred healing center. Turn your apartment, turn your basement suite, turn your house into a sacred site. Turn it into a healing center. That's AETHERX's mission, right? It's to help heal you guys with that source center vibration. It's wonderful. So Jan, thank you very much for bringing that up. Okay, that's a wonderful sharing. Okay, so let me just go back up into Ike's question here. This is Ike's question about there's a huge number of people in Africa who are basically just surviving. How are they to benefit from ascension or basically awakening? Well, the whole idea is that you're still looking at this from an outside perspective. You're still thinking that there's going to be some outside savior that's going to turn them around, and that's not what's happening, right? This is why people are suffering so much, because they're waiting for something outside to turn their life around, okay? Now, the outside world does have the opportunity to show you things, right? But you have to click in. You have to realize what you're seeing as a means for yourself inwardly to get well, right? Even when I'm talking about these sacred sites, when I'm talking about vortexes, when I'm talking about going on the ley line sites of the planet, you have to go there, right? And you have to have the right quality of mind to truly benefit from these particular sites. You want to know exactly what you're getting yourself into, okay? Now, it's not just Africa, Ike, okay? It's every particular continent that is on the planet has basically suffering humans. In fact, the majority of the people on the planet right now are in survival mode, because that is what we have been ingrained in since day number one of coming onto this planet, of thinking that you need to fight to survive, only the strong survive. There's people smarter than you, and you're just this little person, and that's it, right? You're constantly being talked down to. You're constantly being dumbed down, okay? I can only talk from my experience because, as I've said, the only person I know the best is myself, right? When I started this entire journey, guys, 15 plus years ago, this was never on my plan. This was never on my agenda. I never had an outline of moving into this type of spiritual progress, right? I had no interest in psychic ability. I had no interest in meditation. I had no interest in energy healing. I had no interest in this stuff at all, okay? And it wasn't until I just started writing a book that all of this started to unfold. Then I really just started to get into meditation. I really started getting into energy healing. I really started getting into channeling. I really started getting into mediumship. I really started getting into remote viewing. I started looking into all of these facets of metaphysics. And it just took off like an explosion. It took off like wildfire. Okay? But all of that was part of an inner transformation. Okay? It was nothing an idea of saying that I needed to wait for a savior outside of myself to bring me to where I am. I had to go within myself, right? I had to do all of this inner work, and I started to transform. That's what you guys have to do. You have to self-transform. You may get certain little impressions from the outside world giving you hints, giving you clues that when you start tuning into yourself and you start realizing, okay, you start realizing and you start recognizing who and what you are. And that is you following the path, okay? It is not about some outside person, outside force, coming in and say, oh, you poor suffering humans, here's my magic wand, boop, 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 boop. And then you're all better, okay? That is a delusion, okay? Like I said, even if you're going into the sacred sites, you still have to have a certain frame of mind. Even when you're working with AETHERX, you have to have a certain frame of mind, okay? If it's just like, oh, I'm suffering like crazy and someone better heal me and that's it, then that person's not going to get better. Okay, as simple as that. Because they don't have the right attitude. They don't have the right mentality for that. So when you're looking at people in that sense in Africa, in India, in China, right, in all these different places that are going through great deals of suffering, it's because they continue to stay the victim. They don't click in that at any particular time they have the ability to make themselves well. All of you, every single human being on this planet has the ability to heal themselves just like that. But they don't, because they're too completely ingrained in the programming of survival mentality, of the survival game. I have to survive, I have to survive, okay? But every single one of them has the opportunity to change themselves and shift themselves. You guys, and I mean this with all due respect, are not responsible for someone else's suffering, nor are you responsible for turning them together around. Because all that creates is a savior complex. I want to be able to help these people and turn them around. As much as it sounds good for your own good deeds, you want to do that because you want to control the world your way. You want the world in your image. And what you need to do is you firstly need to accept that the world is suffering. And to be okay with that. Okay? Now that is a very challenging thing to say and a very challenging thing to do. But that's the first thing that you have to admit. That yes, I understand there is a world that isn't suffering. And yes, I understand that I do not have the power to change the world with that. I need to be okay with that. I need to be at peace with that. Because when I am, now I can start focusing on my own suffering and I can start to heal it. Now that I heal my own suffering, I become educated with that knowledge, with that intelligence, and with that authority of how I healed myself. And I welcome other people into my life because I will be willing to teach them these things if they are drawn to me for that to happen. And that's exactly why all of you right here are together with me right now. You have come to me, right? And I have opened up this channel and said, okay, guys, come on in and let's work together, right? I realize indeed there's a lot of suffering going on in the world, and I'm at peace with that, right? You have to be at peace with suffering. You have to be at peace with everything for you truly to look at what is termed as ascension, okay? It's like I said, when we're looking at the nature of ascension, that's basically just a religious context. It's a religious word, right? That you're going to burst into a stream of light, and you're going to turn into this light body, and boom, bingo, you're out of here. It doesn't work that way, okay? The true nature of ascension is one realizing themselves. The true nature of enlightenment and ascension are basically one and the same. It's the one who realizes themselves, realizes who and what they truly are. That is one that you would refer to as an ascended master. An ascended master is one who realizes themselves. An ascended master is not dull and ignorant to the world. They realize the world is going through challenges. They realize there's intensities coming through the world, but it does not bother them. Okay? Not because they're apathetic, not because they don't care about people. In fact, it's because they care and love everyone and everything that they have that realization. Okay? So when I say that even though you look at other people who are suffering, you are not bothered by them, because if you're bothered by that, you're seeing them in that level. If you are bothered by how someone is suffering, then you're looking at them on their level. You don't see their greatness. You don't see their divinity. You don't see their true heart that shines brightly. Even though this body is going through suffering, even though they are going through these suffering of events, there is the master within them. There is the true teacher within them. There is the love and the compassion and the godliness, the living godliness that is within them. And if you don't see them in that, you don't see yourself. As long as you see a suffering world, you are blind to yourself, you are blind to others, and you are blind to the world. If all I see is suffering. I acknowledge that there's suffering in the world, but that's not how I see it. Like, it's when I'm talking to you guys as well too, right? When I'm doing sessions with you guys and you're telling me all this great stuff of suffering, but guess what? I don't see you as that suffering person. I see you as a living God who does not yet realize that they're a living God. That is where there is mastery. Because I keep telling you, you know what? This is all you have to do to get out of it. This is all you have to do to take care of it. Yeah, but my family and my family and my family, and then I help them again with that. So don't worry about that. You learn to let that go. Focus on yourself first. Clear away your situations that point to suffering because of reaction, right? When that starts to get cleared and you start to get cleared, you become this wonderful, expansive being that you truly are. And now you can help others that are drawn to you. You don't just go out and start running around and say, hey guys, I'm going to help you, I'm going to help you, I'm going to help you. Because that is the lack of humility. You're trying to change people. You're trying to change the planet. And that is arrogance, and that is ignorance. The world is not built on your image. Right? It is a collective. It is a smorgasbord of different expressions. And it's for you to make as much peace with every single bit of those perspectives as possible. It is to walk through life and have absolutely no belief systems whatsoever. To have absolutely no qualms or conflicts with anyone or anything whatsoever. And when you are there, you have completely transcended suffering. Okay? But that is for you to do. It's not for me to take away your guys' suffering. And you guys know this, right? It's not for any teacher. I don't care what teacher you watch on YouTube or if you have a guru or anything of that nature. It's not for them to take away your suffering. They will point it out to you, right? They will let you know that it is there because they're telling you this is what you have the power to do. If I just take away all that stuff from you, what are you going to learn? You're not going to learn anything because I've robbed you and I've cheated you of these lessons that are going to help you to realize who you are as a living God. And if you don't do that, you're back to square one. You're back to just reacting to everything and to suffering once again, once again, once again. It's like I said, if you guys are doing the 6-step process, right? The process to ending all suffering has to come from you. Not from out here, not from other people, okay? They're just reminders, they're reflections, saying, hey, you need to go in here and you need to start looking into these things. If I keep attracting a bunch of bullies in the life, it's because I keep playing victim consciousness here. It's because I'm going through a state of abuse and I am not able to handle that abuse and I let that abuse run wild within me and I get triggered by everybody and woe is me. And then you go back into the rut that you're in. Okay. Now I could have a really long discussion with this, and I appreciate you bringing this up because it's a big issue. But like I said, the number one thing that you can do is to work within yourself, is to go into the subtle state of being, is to work with the 6 steps. Work with the abidance method, work with the process to ending all suffering, clearing it all out completely, and you're free. And you're completely free. You are free when you are no longer bothered by the people or the things of the world. You have completely let it go. You have completely made peace with it, and now you're shining. And people will see your light, and they will want to come to you. I don't ask any of you to come to me. You just come to me naturally, right? I'm not saying, oh, go ahead and I need to go out and I need to go seek for people and stuff like that. I just say I'm open. I'm welcome to receive. If anybody does come, feel free. But that's it. I'm not running down the street and saying, hey, are you suffering? I'm going to help you, enlighten you. That's just becoming my own arrogance. And I just say, I'm open. I'm welcome to receiving. And that's it. Let them come to you. And then through what you have been able to do through yourself, you'll be able to pass on to them if they're open to listening. Because your own evolution, your own ascension, and your own enlightenment is up to you. Simple as that. Okay? Thank you for your question. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and move on into healing requests now. Okay, so I already got one from Nikki here. I got one here from Turn Up Every Day. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 people today. So Nikki and Turn Up Every Day, and I'll see if there's a third person that will come up after those 2. And yeah, guys, don't forget, right? Don't forget that symbol. Remember to get into that 100-hour window today, okay? That's something that's very rare that's being offered to you, all right? There may be more down the road, but this is what's available right now, so make sure you take advantage of that. Okay, so Nikki, let's go to you now. So again, you were talking about you being an aerialist and training for a show. Your left neck, jaw, shoulder, ribs, and hips are in pain and feel stuck. Nikki, what this is telling me is that you need to learn to take a break and you need to take more time to nourish your body, okay? These are not quick fixes that you are receiving when it comes to healing, okay? This is something that helps you over time, but if you keep repeating the same pattern pertaining to injury, injuries are going to remain. This is exactly what Spirit is telling me to tell you. You need to learn to take it easy. You need to learn to start talking to your body and start nurturing your body, telling how much you appreciate your body, okay? If you are having problems with your shoulders and your ribs, all right, you need to take some time. You need to talk to them, right? And you just need to work in a companionship together with the body, okay? Easing it all out, breathing into the ribs. As you're breathing in, you're feeling that golden light coming into the ribs. Breathing it out, right? Breathing out all the blackness that represents the debris that are contained in the ribs, the shoulders, the jaw, the neck, okay? The hips, okay? Breathing all of that out. Do not look for a quick fix, okay? That's not what I offer, right? What I'm helping to offer here is that when you guys are receiving these healings from me, what it is, it's your own prana and it's the source center vibration that's going in and clearing away all these obstructions that you have placed in your body because of something pertaining to something temperamental about the physical injuries that you have, mental and emotional calamities. All of that creates blockages throughout the pranic flow. And what the healing does is it's helping to go in and just start taking down those particular obstructions there so that prana can flow into the body so that the body can naturally heal itself. And you need to give yourself time to heal, right? If you just think, okay, this is not about taking a Tylenol or taking an Advil, right? You want to give yourself time for your body to recover. I'm not giving you guys Tylenols. I'm not giving you guys Advils, right? I'm not giving you quick fix treatments here. This is all about working together, noticing your patterns, and being able to be at peace with them so that your body can fully heal altogether. It's a very, very different type of healing that you're receiving here, okay? So I want to give that a heads up, not only to Nikki, but to all of you who are receiving this, all right? So let's go ahead and work on Nikki now. So Nikki, just get yourself nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable, okay? Making sure your body is free of any points of strain, and just follow your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out, okay? And we will go ahead now and we'll begin. Okay, so Nikki, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, I want you to take the entire day just to feel the light that is inside you right now. Okay, light has been placed inside you right now. Spirit light is inside you right now. I want you just to take time to observe the light that's inside you, right? And just let it work. Don't try to guide it. Don't try to control it. Just know that there is light inside you, and I want you to contemplate on that light. I want you to know what that light means. I want you to know what that light is. I want you to observe what that light is doing for you. Okay, that's your homework. So if you want to keep me in touch with that, feel free to do so. All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's go down to turn up every day. So turn up every day says, hi Brad, can you heal my hand wrist tendonitis? Basically inflamed forearms. It really bothers me when cooking, swimming, etc. My name is Benedict. Okay, so thank you, Benedict. So we will work together with the inflammation. Now again, here's the thing, guys. Inflammation is not the problem. Okay, it is what's behind the inflammation that's the problem. Like I said, natural defense mechanisms, inflammation of the body, candida, arthritis. Okay, these are the body's own makeup defenses to protecting it from something that is causing it great harm. When you're talking about tendonitis in that sense, it's not just, again, wear and tear. It can relate to the idea of toxins. It can relate to the idea of metals. It can relate to the idea in that sense of a great deal of atrophy that even comes emotionally and mentally. Okay, so we want to look at to everything that's causing the inflammation, because a lot of it can be viral, a lot of it can be bacterial, a lot of it can be pathogenic. Okay, a lot of it can be based on heavy metals in the body and other particular forms of pollutants and toxicities. Okay, so that again is what we want to aim for and just work on clearing it out. It can be wear and tear. Wear and tear can take the toll of it, right? Too much friction, right? I'm not sure if you're playing something, if you're playing an instrument, or if you're typing a lot on the computer in that sense, and just over time you're getting wear and tear, and that's true. That can take a toll as well too. But it's these other agents as well too that we need to be aware of. Okay. So you said when you're cooking, when you're swimming, it bothers you. Okay. So Benedict, I will go ahead and work on you right now. So just take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Follow your breath. Okay. And we'll go ahead and we'll begin. Okay, Benedict, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay. So Benedict, what I would suggest is just taking it easy with the hands and the arms for a little bit. Okay, take this day of rest just to let everything settle. Okay, spirit light is within you. We're working with that right now. So again, you can keep in touch with me over the next few days. Let me know how you're feeling if you want to. You just go to newearthteachings.com, contact page. Okay? Okay. Okay, and I'm going to do the last healing here, and this one is for Alid, A-L-I-D. Alid says, I would love some distance healing fighting breast cancer at the moment. Okay, so Alid, I will certainly help you with that. So Alid, just getting yourself, again, nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable, keeping the spine nice and straight, taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. And just relaxing into the breath as you continue to follow your breath, and we will go ahead and begin. Om. Okay, so Alid, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, so again, just going into meditation, just observing the light that is in your body right now. If you can feel that light, if you can even feel tingling sensations, warmth sensations, jolts, anything of that particular way, representing these subtle frequencies, then you're tuning into the healing right now. And just observe it, just witness it, don't control it, don't guide it, just witness. Right? Spirit knows what it's doing. So blessings to you. You can let me know how things are going down the road if you like. All right. Thank you guys for your healing requests. We're now just going to end finally with the group healing. Okay. So again, we're once again going to do a combination of the prana transmission technique together with the release ball method. Okay. So getting your spine nice and straight for those of you who want to participate with the group healing. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrap that today. Let me scrap that. Okay. I want to go back into what Adronis was sharing earlier, okay? I want us to participate right now live together with the 100-hour window of healing, okay? That Adronis and Star Family are providing. So everybody get your spine nice and straight. We're just going to do some heart rate variability, and then we're going to tune into that transmission, okay? So spine nice and straight. We're going to do 10 rounds of the heart rate variability, getting ourselves into the low idle state, okay? So 4 seconds into the nose, 6 seconds out the nose. Let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, last time, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. Now we're going to do a short exercise here of Hakalau. Okay, I want you just to bring your 2 index fingers together just like this in the center of your vision. I want you just to bring them out while you're still looking forward. And I want you just to place them in your peripheral vision. Okay, just sitting back, spine nice and straight, looking forward, but you are aware of the 2 index fingers that are contained inside your peripheral vision. And just be here quietly for a few moments. Just look forward and be aware of the index fingers in your peripherals. And relax yourself, okay? You're seeing that your eyes are getting dilated, okay? You're going into the low idol. You're going into the subtle state of being. Our goal is to get our eyes dilated, to get those pupils wider, okay? They don't have to encompass the entirety of the eyebrow, but they're just getting big, okay? Mine are getting pretty big, right? So you're getting yourself into the subtle state of being. As you get yourself into the subtle state of being, I just want you to provide the intention to welcome in healing energies. Just say that to yourself right now. I unconditionally welcome in all healing energies. Okay? Taking your left hand, angling a little bit so it looks kind of like a triangle here. Okay? Taking your right hand, putting the slash over. Okay? Now if you want to hold it up just like this, you can. If you want to rest it down on your lap, you can while you're still doing this. Okay? You can rest it down your lap. And just take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Welcome in those energies, and let's just take about a minute or 2 now of silence. Let's begin. Okay, and one last deep breath in, everybody. And if you want to stay with your transmission, by all means, feel free to stay with your transmission. Okay. I'll just give feedback of what I was able to receive. I was actually seeing strands of light just coming right in. I was seeing like a very long, blonde-haired, sweet woman that was kind of looking back at me, right? Very Venusian in her appearance as well, too. She had kind of like very ivory, light-colored skin, and had very long, strands of blonde hair, right? And I could feel like this big, gigantic ray of light just coming down upon me. Just so much love and so much happiness and so much joy. It was a wonderful feeling, okay? So that was from a Venusian, from what I just received as well, too. So again, stay with it, right? You can always let me know what you receive as well, too. I had a beautiful transmission just for that short amount of time, right? And I recommend you guys just go ahead and just stay with it. Just meld directly into that flow and see what comes through. And like I said, feel free to share your comments in this video. Okay, guys, so we're out of time for today. Thank you, everybody, for being here for New Earth TV Live. I will be back on Sunday on the AETHERX YouTube channel for AETHERX live stream. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and I will speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Om Shanti, 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 Namaskar. May it be well with you. Take advantage of that 100-hour healing window. All right. Blessings. Be well. Thank you so much for tuning in to New Earth Teachings on YouTube. Don't forget to check out our websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can do private sessions with me, and also AETHERX.co. And through AETHERX, you'll be able to pick up your Healing Code Cards body deck, your mind deck, and your energy deck through AETHERX. You will also be able to pick up the Etherbed kit. That is also on AETHERX as well. Not to mention that you'll also be able to pick up some apparel and accessories that is also available on AETHERX. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next one. Om Shanti, 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 Namaskar, and may it be well with you.